Hey everybody, how's it going? Back in the shop. Been a little bit. Picked up a few things for the house. Gonna go through those. Picked up a few things for work. It was unnecessary. Well, I would say unnecessarily expensive. It was very expensive. But anyway, start out. We got a set of Craftsman nut drivers. Now, I only bought a set of nut drivers because I was working on my mower a couple weeks ago, and I really could have used a nut driver, and all I had was a set of ratchets, or a set of sockets, excuse me, and I really needed a nut driver, which would have been nice. Again, Craftsman tools are more of your weekend warrior at home type of tools. These were, I think, $38, which works out to just a little less than $6 a nut driver. But it goes all the way from 3/16 up to ½ inch. You got quarter, 5/16, 11/32, 3/8, 7/16, all the way up to half. Now the thing that I'm not a big fan of, but again for home use, I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue, is you see here you've got the bell end where you actually hit your nut or whatever you're working on, and then you've got this thicker end, and then there it's out. Now this is a hollow shaft right here. And so this is so if you're working on something that's a nut that's really far down, you can get to it if you've got threads coming up all the way up in here. Now, the reason why I say it might be an issue is professionally, I prefer a nut driver that has a whole hollow shaft that goes all the way down the shaft of the nut driver. Or there are actually, Klein makes, and maybe some other brands do, but I'm not sure. Klein makes fully hollow shafted nut drivers with a hole at the bottom, so you can slide it all the way up onto something, you know, like a piece of all thread or something, and tighten it down. So got these. These are a little bit on the frivolous side, but hey, if you need a set of nut drivers, I've got them. So I'm excited about that. I also picked up a set of razor blades. It's got two little screw holes, so I'm going to mount that down the side of my tool bench here. I got Milwaukee. I don't think the blades are any better or worse, but I use Milwaukee Fastback. Everyone needs to get one. So I figured I'd just keep the brand the same. Speaking of Milwaukee Fastback, a little while ago, before I started the channel, I made a video. This is the newer model of the Fastback that comes with blade storage, and I've been testing this out. My biggest concern was how tight the belt clip was. I will have to say that over time I haven't used it, it has loosened up a bit. It's still a little tight, but it's working out. So I would absolutely, I'd have to say I recommend getting the newer model that has the blade storage in it. It's not very thick, it sits deep in my pocket. I really like it. Again, no matter who you are, what you do, you should have a Milwaukee Fastback. They are a great tool. Anytime you're like, need to dip this, need to open up this packet of cheese, gotta take the zip tie off, I need to trim a little bit of paint, or like whatever you need. It's nice to have a razor blade with it. So, would absolutely recommend the newer model of the Milwaukee Fastback. Let's see what else we got here. I've got 2 levels, very basic, very cheap. Here's the thing. If you are buying levels for around the house, you don't need to spend a lot of money. Will they be as accurate as a very expensive one? Probably not. Will it matter for stuff around the house? Probably not. If you're going to do serious reconstruction, like door frames, or you're building like a shed or something, you might want to splurge for something a little more expensive. It might be a little more accurate. But this, for me, I don't think I really need that right now. So I got, these are Johnson brand, a 12-inch or 6-inch or 10-inch, whatever, torpedo level. Everyone should have a torpedo level around the house, no matter what. Empire also makes just fine torpedo levels, cheap ones. I actually have a nice Klein aluminum torpedo level for when I'm piping with metal stuff, but I have a cheap Empire brand torpedo level for when I'm working high up on a lift, because this was like, I think the Empire one that I bought, just like this one, was like $4 or $5. So if I knock it off from 35 foot in the air and it breaks, I'm out $4. With a nice cup of coffee. I don't know, I don't buy coffee. This one has a magnetic strip on it, but around the house I don't really need it, whatever. This one does not. They do make 2-foot levels with magnetic strips. They make big boy levels with magnetic strips. Didn't need that. This is going to go in the trade stack, the Craftsman's trade stack. This is probably going to go on a screw in the corner and hang out on the tool bench. So got that. I also picked up Cobalt brand. Ooh, Lowe's special Cobalt brand. I bought a power strip, and what that is going to do is I've got all of these Craftsman chargers up here. I got 4 here. I got one on the wall. I'll show you in a second. And I've got this Milwaukee M12 charger that I don't need to keep in my bag professionally. When I'm going to get these boys mounted on the wall, I've got one up here. See if I can adjust the camera. So I've got one up right there, and I'm going to mount somewhere in this area. I'm going to mount the power strip, plug it in this bad boy, and then all of my chargers are going to go to that power strip, and that way I can have, so constantly to have my chargers ready to go. So that is on the docket for tonight here. Oh, kicking the camera stand, my bad. And then let's see what else we got here. Oh, readjusting the camera. Oh. I bought this for work. This is a 5/8 inch drill bit, which was $20. That's how much this one thing was, $20. I found that I needed 5/8 drill bits every now and then, and the shop does not have them. So now I do. $20. That's why tradespeople make a lot of money. This was $20 for this alone. I can buy a whole set of drill bits, smaller drill bits, for like $25. This was $20. This is a potential solution to my problems. This is the DeWalt Tough System 1.0, not the 2.0. I don't know why they don't make one for 2.0. If they did, I would have bought it for 2.0, but they don't. This is a 2-drawer system. Only thing I'm a little concerned about right now, this guy is a little funky. This guy, not funky anymore. So, what I have right now is a single toolbox. It's probably this big, and I'm going to make a video on that. About going from that to this, but this is basically a solution. Instead of having a toolbox and having I have a parts organizer that sits underneath it. Now I'm going to be able to put the parts organizer on the top so I can get to my random parts and whatnot. And then I have one drawer for an impact and all my impact stuff, and then one drawer for my drill, all my drill stuff. And I can put that on top of my rolling tote, and then I can keep my parts organizer up here so I can get to parts, my impact, my drill, and I can get to, if I need to, pop all that off and get to the stuff that I don't normally use in the rolling tote. So that video is going to be coming up here at some point. But yeah, so back in the shop, going to be doing some stuff, and I will keep you posted.